everybody, Miss Ronni here, Ronni Gerstel with the Center for Creative Education. And I'm here today to show you how to make a happy talking puppet. Now, a puppet, by definition, is anything that comes to life when it's moved or manipulated by a person. And this puppet we're going to make today has got a kind of a special surprise to it, okay? It's a hand puppet that goes on my hand. And the cool thing about this puppet is, would you like to introduce yourself? Oh yes, but I'm having a very, very bad hair day. As you can see, it's all this humidity in Florida. It's killing me here. This puppet talks. And if you can see, the way it talks is I've got a rubber band here and two brass fasteners. And simply by pulling on the string, I can talk. That's right. And you don't have to make a person puppet. You can make an animal puppet. That's all I have to say. And make the puppet come alive by moving it or manipulating it. So that's what we're going to work on today. And here's the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need 2 paper plates, actually a paper plate and a half. But they can't be those really super flimsy ones. You need kind of a sturdy paper plate, okay? Kind of strong. And you're going to need some crayons to color and decorate your puppet. You'll need a scissor to cut the plate in half, a stapler to attach it. Now I'm going to put mine together with hot glue because it's quicker and I want to be able to lift things up and show you. But at home, you're probably better off using school glue or my favorite tacky glue that holds things in place when it dries. All right, and then we are going to need, for the face, 2 brass metal fasteners and a rubber band to stretch between them to be the mouth. So you may want to try to find a red rubber band, not too big, or you can use any crazy color you want if you don't want it to look realistic. All right, and then for decorating the face, oh boy, well, you can have a ball just finding all kinds of things around the house that are fun to use. I've got a whole bunch of buttons here for different colors. I don't know, what do you think you could use a button for on a puppet face? Maybe the nose or eyeballs, pupils of the eye. Use your imagination and see. I love to use bottle caps too, of all different colors. Bottle caps also make great eyes. Could be a nose. Let's see, we can, oh, here's some funny little shapes. That would make a funny little sort of Pinocchio nose. And, oh, found an old cork. That could be something. Ooh, maybe a little silk flower to decorate it. Feathers. Look at this. For hair, I've got Christmas tinsel. I save everything. You can use ribbon from packages if you have that around the house. I found this little bit of trim left over from a project. Oh, and of course pipe cleaners always come in handy if you want glasses or something else like that. Now, I'm going to show you how to make the blank puppet first, and once we all have that part done, you can go to town decorating it. So, the first step is to take one of those 2 sturdy paper plates and cut it in half. And I'll show you why we need a half a plate in just a minute. Okay, there we go. So we've got our plate to decorate the face. Now we don't want to use the side you eat on. You want to use the side that's a little bit curved out like a face would be. And then at the end, we're going to staple half of it on there. So you can put your hand in there to make the puppet come alive. But we're going to do that later because first we want to do all of our decorating. Okay? So the next step is to take that rubber band we talked about to be the mouth. And as you can see, it needs to be stretched a little bit so that you can pull it and make it talk. If it's too loose, it won't do that very well. So I'm going to measure over here my rubber band. I'm going to lay it out here and just mark with a pencil where the ends are. So there's one there and there's one there. Okay, and they're kind of centered, so that's the way the mouth will be stretched. So where you drew those pencil dots, we're just going to poke through with a brass fastener. Or maybe, you know what, I'm going to poke through with the pencil point. I think that's a little easier. Just a little poke. Oops, that's the wrong spot. I had an extra spot on there. There and there. And then you're going to put your brass fastener through the hole and open it up in the back like that. Okay, so it's not going anywhere. And then we're going to do the same to the other hole. So now you see that I've got the two brass fasteners spread apart, and they're perfect size to stretch the rubber band across it. Now if you make the brass fastener too tight, it's kind of hard to get the rubber band around it, so you might want to just loosen it a tiny little bit. And then stretch over there. And there I've got my mouth. There we go. So I've got my back of the plate, I've got my mouth ready to go. What I could do now is take a piece of string or maybe yarn or fishing line, and I'm just going to cut a piece about 1 foot long and tie it to the middle of the bottom rubber band so that when I pull on it, that's what makes the mouth move and speak. So let's just tie that on there, right there with a little double knot. Okay. Ta-da! Ready, it works, great. Okay, now comes the fun part. What are we gonna make out of this puppet? Well, you know what? I had some ideas. I was going through my pictures and through all my stuff, and I found these really cool, I don't know what they are or where I got them, but they were in my little materials box, and I thought these remind me of Harry Potter's glasses. So I think I want to make a Harry Potter puppet. So I'll show you what I did here. I started working on it a little bit before I got here. Okay. First, I colored my puppet. So I'll show you how I do that. Here it is. Okay, I'm gonna color him. And I found a crayon here that's a pretty good color for Harry Potter. So I just wanna quickly give it a little color. You could leave the plate white. You don't have to color it, but I think it's kind of boring on just a plain old white plate. So I like to put a little bit of color into it. Doesn't take too long. Okay. Everybody got that? There we go. And you want to be sure you get around the edges too, because that part can be seen as well. All right. And there is the start of my Harry Potter plate. Okay, good. Now, you know, there's a way I could give this guy ears, and I think I could leave it round like this. That's no problem. Like this dog here, he's just round and the ears got added on the sides. But I think I would like him, since he's a young man, I'm gonna cut out some ears. So I'm gonna cut away the edge here, and when I get right above the mouth where his ears would be, I'm gonna go out and in again. Then I'm gonna keep going around. And when I get above the mouth again, I'm gonna cut the other ear. So now, it looks a little more realistic, like a boy. Oh, I'm getting there. All right, so Harry Potter's gonna need some eyes, okay? So let's see. Well, I went through my bottle caps and I found some eyes that I like. Now, looking at his picture, he's got blue eyes. So I found these blue bottle caps. And I could use those for the eyes. And all I need is to cut little black circles for eyeballs like that. And then when I put on his glasses, well, that's one way I could do it. What do you think? But you know, before I make up my mind, I want to try one other thing. Let's try these bottle caps. They're smaller. There. I think I kind of like that. Even though they're not blue eyes like his, I think I like the smaller eyes. So, you could just glue that on with your tacky glue or school glue. I am going to use my hot glue gun so it goes quickly, because if I lift this up to show you, everything's going to slide off of it. So there's one. And there's the other. Oops, trying to get away from me. Yeah, all right. What do you think? It's coming along now? There we go. And then I'm gonna glue that onto the glasses here. All right, so let's see, let's glue this down first. And again, you would just be using your tacky glue or your school glue for this. Or if there's a parent at home who can work with you, you can use a hot glue gun. But I wouldn't want you to get burned. It really hurts. All right, and then I'm gonna glue on his glasses. Oh, that's great. He's starting to shape up and look like the real Harry Potter, isn't he? What do you think? Let's see. Well, I need to finish his glasses, so go through my supply box and let's see. I thought I had some pipe cleaners in there, which I don't see now, but that's okay because I do have a black pen and I can just draw the rest like that. There he goes, across the bridge, and there are his glasses. Very good. Ooh, I'm starting to shape up. Yes, you are, Harry, yes, you are. Okay, so we need to give him some kind of fluffy hair there, and his hair is brown. So what do I have here that I could use? Well, I don't want to use the Christmas tinsel. That's not for Harry Potter, is it? But, oh, remember I showed you this trim before? I think we could use this. And that looks very much like his shaggy hair, doesn't it? Okay, let me go from his ear to his ear and measure it. And trim off the extra, because we're gonna save that for another time. And now I'm just going to glue this right on so that he kind of has bangs, especially when he was younger. Younger Harry Potter had the shaggy bangs like that. What do you think, huh? Not bad. Not bad, not bad. All right, looks pretty good to me. I think we need a little more glue up here. Make that stick. Okay, drop more here. Now, what's he missing? You got it, the nose. So back to my little, let's see, oh, for a nose, I could use a button. Or I had this little button like that. That's kind of fun. Or, I could just take a piece of cardboard. Yeah, I'm gonna make my own shaped nose. I'm gonna make kind of a triangle nose. I'm going to color it the same color as the rest of my made Harry Potter's face. And then when I fold it in half, look at that. That's kind of more like his real nose looks, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to take a drop of that glue, and I'm just going to glue. See how I made a triangle and I just folded it in half so it sticks out like a nose a little bit. There we go. And by Jove, I think she's got it. Okay, Harry, well, I gotta put the back on you so that we can play with you. So, boys and girls, remember we cut the half a plate before? Now it's time to put it together. And all I have to do is take one side and line it up with the back and staple it on. So, you may need a grown-up to help you do this part. And a staple on the top. You only need a few to hold everything in place. It's not going to get handled too much on the top. And if there's anything sticking out here after you attach it, you can always trim that off. Like that. And like that. Okay. Would you like to come play some Quidditch with me? I'm ready to go. I don't know, Harry, I don't fly on a broom like you do or know how to play Quidditch. That's all right, I'll teach you. Okay, sounds like a plan to me. So you see, this is how you make a talking paper plate puppet. And whether it's a boy like Harry Potter, or me, I'm having a very bad hair day. Or me. You can use this basic technique of a paper plate and 2 brass fasteners and a rubber band and make all kinds of creations. I'm going to show you a few more that were made by people that I know. Here's one of an old man, and this person used a piece of the trim that I used for Harry Potter's hair, kind of make a furry mustache on him. I thought that was kind of clever. And this is a teacher friend of mine, and she wanted to make her puppet a character from a book. Now, I don't know who this character is or what book it's from. Maybe you guys do. But she created it on her talking puppet by using some fake fur. And then here's another friend of mine that made one out of all kinds of shiny, glittery tinsel. And she was a very fancy, shiny, sparkly lady. So boys and girls, your limit is just your imagination. You can make any character you want, any kind of creature you want, just by using this simple technique. What do you think, Harry, huh? Well, I think they've been a marvelous audience, but I'm ready to go fly off on my broom, play some Quidditch. So we will see you next time. Ta-ta! Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.